And driving the Sherwood Insurance Agency number 3K from Rouge, Louisiana. One of his from some hometown cook of the night for Tanner Killick. The lights are going to go out on RaceOnTexas.com on demand. We're underway from the Chatham Raceway here in the great state of Louisiana. And the Thundering Herd rolls off into 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. The pair of racers who grew up cutting their teeth down in Manning, Louisiana at the Sabine Motor Speedway. KP Kyle plays on, and the Thriller K. Dillard and the Turner Cut Track. Production Jars, Joel's Auto Sales, S&S Fishing and Rental, Nichols Home Decor, number 97. Gonna hold on to the race lead. It is now plays on. Gonna slam the door shut right in front of the nose of the T49, and he slammed it shut, and they made a little bit of contact. The T49 takes advantage. He smashes the lap pedal and drives right underneath the 6X, and he goes to the bridesmaids' honors. Trey Bean rocking. He's rolling. He's up to 4th now, with Robinson giving us some pressure around the hub of the racetrack off of 4 into 1. K. Dillard skating away, eating the Chatham Raceway Racing Service up with that Clements power underneath the hood, digging. Dillard, G-O-N-E, he gone. Off of 4. He'll swing it high, wide, and handsome off the exit and set his sights on turn 1 as KP Kyle plays on, goes back to work, and smashes the loud pedal and goes to work to the inside of the T49. A bobble there by Taylor once again. Down the back straightaway. Here comes B.J. Robinson. B.J. Robinson found the groove. He'll roll the middle like a yo-yo with no string. B.J. with a little bit of a slight bobble on a push there off of 4. Nonetheless, oh baby, B.J. Robinson got it wounded up top. B.J. Robinson going to fire off a bullet into fire out of the cannon into turn number 3. Wow. B.J. Robinson relegating the advances of T49 of Taylor and the 6X of Plaisant, made them all sit still. As B.J. Robinson wowing the crowd here in Chatham, Louisiana tonight, the 2016 Super Late Model champion. Off of 4, Dillard leads by a straightaway into 1. K. Dillard, the former USMTS modified ace. 17 career of those victories goes to his credit. Got his first one back on November the 6th of 2014 at the Chatham Speedway in Vivian, Louisiana. Off of 4. Robinson now has separated himself from the T49 third place driver of Taylor as he tries to continue to wage war here with the 6X of Plaisant. Plaisant can't get his car to dive off into the corners and kind of dig around that bottom like he would like it to. Can't really get it to plant there on the nose. As everybody's single file right now, tick-tock goes the racing clock here in Chatham, Louisiana, and your first heat race tonight presented by Beat Contracting. As they continue to wage war down the back straightaway, trying to get all they can get as the white flag is out for the driver out of Roebling, Louisiana. The S&S Fishing and Rental for Shane and Shelley Sprinkle. Looking for his 7th career late model win tonight. It's been a great start. The dominant force all season here in Chatham. K. Dillard, the Thriller, scores the victory in opening heat race of the night here in Chatham. Second will go to a dominant run by B.J. Robinson. Boy, he's going to be sitting pretty. Third will go to Raymond Taylor in a strong performance as well. For 4th, the 6X of Kyle Plaisant. So 8 cars ready to go. Once again for 10 laps of distance, heat race number 2 for the Louisiana Late Model Series 2000 win tonight for the inaugural Scary 30 here in Chatham, Louisiana. They head off into 1. It'll be Chad Thrash, the Mississippi representative. Here comes Robbie Stewart. Robbie Stewart. And that Stewart number 6R, and he slides right up in front of the nose of the 1C of Chad Thrash. And now Colt making contact with Thrash. Thrash and Colt making a little bit of contact. A pair of Gumbo Nationals winners. And he's making that car wider than a triple wide trailer right now. Here comes Hollywood. Timothy Colt going to step it up top to the outside of the Chatham Raceway here as a hometown cook in the night. He'll cross underneath into 1. Thrash will try to slam the door shut. Timothy Colt continues to go to work. He punches the time clock. He can't get the job done this time. It was a Mars Racing chassis built by Jimmy and Chris Mars in heat race number 1 to the former the Thriller K. Dillard. In heat race number 2, it's Robbie Stewart out front, looking to throw the keys on the counter and check out on the competition. As Zach McMillan going to work for the King of Boot Hill, Ronnie Adams, looking for his 590th career win here tonight. Into 3, and rolling off before on the top shelf. Here comes Colt. The culprit gonna slam it off into 1. Is he fun to watch or what? Here comes Timothy Colt. Timothy Colt down the back straightaway will get this door slammed shut right in front of his face. He said, "Hey, I'm knocking on the door like a trick-or-treater with some sweet tooth here." And Chad Thrash says, "Get the hell off my front porch." Colt has other plans. He'll try to walk through the back door. And here comes Colt. He'll try to throw the slider. He'll have to check the brakes and drive to the bottom of the Chatham Raceway and show some respect to the 1C of Chad Thrash. Thrash about to have a Timothy Colt bash. Off a 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Hollywood again, living up to his moniker, wowing the crowd. Timothy Colt going to roll to the outside of the Chatham Raceway using every single inch. Here he comes to the outside. He'll throw him into his hip pocket. was impressive. Timothy Colt rolling like a yo-yo with no string off the 2 and down the back straightaway around the Chatham Raceway. The place where he began his racing career in a hobby stock here at the age of 13 years old off of 4. Down the boulevard into 1. The Colts Automotive bidding, seating in air. Rocket XR1 C8 car. They may run down the 6-star of Robbie Stewart as Louisiana goes 1 and 2 with Mississippi running in 3rd. He may run out of time. Off of 4 down the front boulevard into turn number 1. The white flag is out. Colt still rim riding the top shelf of the Chatham Raceway and making it look good and look well. He'll make a final ditch effort to throw the kitchen sink into 3 and 4. Robbie Stewart going to score the victory though. Robbie Stewart scores it in 6R. Second will go to Hollywood Timothy Colt. Number 2 outside will be the 4X of Brock Williams out of Leesville, Louisiana. The 5W Reinhardt Trucking Showtime signs. Ed Reinhardt Trucking 5W Bob Pierce chassis. That'll be Vider Texas racer John O. Whittington as we're underway in heat race number 3 as they try to go 3 different lanes wide. You can throw a blanket over the entire field off the 4. A pretty sight off the turn number 4 here in Chatham in the 1. Door to door for the bridesmaids honors as Rob Litton is throwing the keys on the counter and looking to check out on his competition. They're 3 different lanes wide. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Just for a split second there, Whittington going to try to take advantage to 3 and off of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into 1. Whittington picks 1 up. He rides back in here in the 5th position. And in front of his nose is in the 4X of Williams. I'll tell you this right now as the caution comes out for the first time tonight. Mike Myers in the 48. What an interesting name here for the Scary 30 off of 4. Rides in 3rd. We're back underway. And here comes Mike Myers into 1 of the 48. He's willing, he's dealing. But here comes John O. Whittington. The driver of the Ed Reinhardt Trucking Showtime signs 5W, and here he comes. The Autism Awareness number 5W. Oh, baby, he just got slid right up on the nose of him. Mike Myers throwing a bad dream on the 5W of John O. Whittington. Whittington takes no more prisoners. He'll go to the 3rd spot down the back straightaway. We'll see if Rick Duke has anything, but now here comes Whittington. He'll roll the outside with reckless abandon and smash the cushion off of 4. Down the boulevard into 1. The owner of over 100 career open wheel modified wins. He scored back-to-back Texas Motor Speedway World Dirt Track Championships. John O. Whittington's rolling, the Vider Texas racer. Won a nice $3,000 victory at Arklatex Speedway 3 years ago in the Tootsie Smith Memorial. Yeah, that was more than 3 years ago. That was in 2011. Time is ticking. And so is the race clock. Down the back straightaway. John O. Whittington knows it. And he's got to go, and he's got to go now. Off of 4. Here comes John O. Whittington. Rolling on the outside like a yo-yo and no string. He's about to knock on the back door here before Halloween like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth here. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Whittington. John O. Whittington continues to roll. The outside of the Chatham Raceway, but relegated behind the 60 of Rick Duke, who's doing a phenomenal job. The Ball Louisiana racer. Cousins 1 and 2 with Litton still out front in command with the lead. Off of 4, down the front boulevard, we're halfway in. 5 in and 5 laps to go. Here comes John O. John O. gonna live or die by it tonight. He says, what do I have to lose? And that right there, he loses a little bit of momentum, and he has no idea probably how far out in front he is of 4th place driver of the 48. And my mistake, we were a little bit over halfway. That was 2 to go last time. So it's the white flag out for Rob Litton. Rocket Rob down the back straightaway for the final time. He'll try to get another victory. Score the win here back in June. The only winner here outside of Kate Dillard all season long. Rob Litton out of Alexandria, Louisiana scores the win in commanding fashion over the 60 of his cousin Rick Duke in 60. The 5W of John Whittington will grab 3rd. Row number 3, the owner of 810 career victories in the Banner Valley Hauling, CarCity.com, CarQuest, Carl Performance Victory Race Cards. Billy Moyer Jr., Mr. Smooth at 21, 6-time World 100 winner. And the Catman, John Mitchell. What an absolute stacked heat race. I mean, this is Murderer's Row here in Chatham as they go 3 wide on the start into 1 and 2. Brent Larson going to get the whole shot as they head down the back straightaway. Smooth Jr., Billy Moyer Jr. is It's Big Daddy Smooth going to roll to third here on the opening circuit off of fourth. Here comes the Hattiesburg Hustler in the four of Michael Arnold. Michael Arnold starts shotgun to the four. They make contact with the youngster, the 56 of Colton Horner, down the back straightaway in the turn of three. Hunter Raston, the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series winner at Boot Hill Speedway earlier this season, also won one at Batesville. Mired at the tail with the five of the Catman John Mitchell as Raston now punches the time clock and he goes to work. Raston smelling the tail tank as Horner got a big screaming run on the outside. You need a couple of different sets of eyeballs to watch all the different battles on the racetrack right now. As Billy Moyer Jr. riding in third, but he just diamond off the exit at corner number two. He's going to ride on the tail tank of his son, Billy Moyer Jr., the 29-year-old out of Batesville, Arkansas. In front of his very well accomplished six-time World 100 winning father, Billy Moyer, down the back straightaway. In the Car Performance Victory race car number 21, off of turn number 4. The new Black Diamond Racing chassis for the 21 Junior of Billy Moyer Jr.'s been a pretty lethal combination to this point after once again winning the Deep Front 75 last weekend. Into turn number 3 and rolling off of 4, the Honorana Motorsports Longhorn Racing chassis number B1, the B1 bomber of Britt Larson, sending a torrid pace out front, but this is probably the closest under a green flag run that we have seen the second place competitor, as Larson leads off of 4 down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Billy Moyer Jr. holding on to it pretty well, keeping his father at bay in the 21 as they head off the 2 down the back straightaway. Hats go off to the youngster in the 56, the young driver, actually out of Katy, Texas. Don't know why I said Tennessee, but Colton Horner to the 56, relegating the R5 of Hunter Raston. The driver of the Cooper's Country Pleasing Black Diamond Race Car R5 came so close and a heartbreak to winning the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series title a couple of years ago to Jack Sullivan. Came up 3 points shy for the title. Former Oklahoma Modified Ace, over 100 career victories. As the race clock and the send of the hourglass is ticked away for the final time in the turns 3 and 4, the driver of the Honorana Motorsports Longhorn chassis B1 bomber from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, Britt Larson scores the victory in commanding fashion over Smooth Jr. Billy Moyer Jr. Street Stock Heat Race number 1 continues to roll on here at the Chatham Raceway, just completing a Louisiana Late Model Heats. He's grabbing a quick word there with Heat Race number 1, winner of the Louisiana Late Models, the thriller Kate Dillard. Just notifying us that he has some driver apparel, shirts, hat, koozies, and so on for the kids set up right here at the grandstands, at the end of the grandstands here from where my vantage point is. So right now, Bobby Chandler, the car number 24, continues to lead the way here in Chatham. And Heat Race number 1 for the Street Stocks. Chatham, Mississippi. Frequent flyer and wins quite a few up there. The cream rising to the top. Street stock heat race number 1 right now. Bobby Chandler sitting a torrid pace out front. Car number 24 with a race lead. As the stand of the hourglass is ticked away, they'll come off of turn number 4 to a face full of checker flag. Bobby Chandler scores a victory. Car number 24. Second, we'll go to the driver to the number 7, Casey Hobson, the former Spooky 50 winner here in 2013. Third, we'll go to Big Keith in the 14, and the B&D Motorsports number 15 for Jimmy Bird Motorsports. Craig Oakes behind the cockpit. Eight laps of distance for the factory stocks here on demand on raceontexas.com. As John Parker takes the green flag to get this one underway, the 8-lap affair into 1. Tommy Larson in the number 4T fades back to the 4 spot, challenges back to the outside of the Alexandria Young racer to the 7. Off of turn number 4 down the front boulevard into 1. Here comes big sexy Cortland Smith. Cortland Smith, the son of Doherty Smith, rolling up the second down the back straightaway off the exit of turn number 2 as he sets his sights on turn number 3. As John Parker, Sugar Parker, throwing the keys on the counter, he's checking out of the Holiday Inn. Off of 4 down the front straightaway into 1. Cortland Smith rolling good and rolling well tonight. Straight up. So we'll take them as they finish, so if Parker can hold on, or maybe if the 7S of Smith can get up there and contest for the lead, he'd be your pole sitter for tomorrow night. Who's it going to be? The baddest of the bad factory stocks. Off of 4, we're back underway here in Chatham, Louisiana. And a 1, a good restart by the youngster Cortland Smith off of 2 down the back straightaway. 2 drivers under the age of 20 years old. And their 2 ages combined may be the age of some of these guys in this field. That ain't calling anybody old. These guys just real dang young, and they pretty good at wheeling dirt cars, that's for sure, as they hit off of 2 down the back straightaway. Smith now separating himself over Jake Gentry, who rides in 3rd. I believe that's Jake. Got to do something about the roster here. Oh, baby. I had a Walmart Target parking lot here in turns 1 and 2, and a couple of them coming around with the caution flag will have to come out. No, clean the house, yeah. I mean, he could have hopped into a compact. It would have been a game over with. We gave him a hard time for racing a compact, though. Lights are out, though, nonetheless, and it'll be the 9-car, John Parker. He'll smash a lap pedal and get us back underway as the field is re-racked and stacked behind him. We're back underway. Once again, on demand on raceontexas.com. Dalton Smith riding in. John Parker continues to lead. They go 3 wide down the back straightaway all the way at the tail. Chatham, Louisiana, Uncle Freddie Blanchard. Luke Graves on the outside front row in the 35. Three wide, trying to go 3 wide. Down the back straightaway. Oh boy, Johnny Higginbotham just took advantage. He got 3 for the price of 1. How about the Walmart special for old Johnny? He said, I like it, I love it, and I want some more of it. He'll roll off a 4 down the front straightaway. Boy, he drove the car so deep off into the corner, he about ended back up in Start, Louisiana. Off a 2 down the back straightaway. Higginbotham is throwing all caution to the wind. He told everybody just to go ahead and sit down and take a seat. And they continue to say, yes, sir, off a turn before. Higginbotham's gone with the win. We'll see you later. He's already looking to sit on the outside front row tomorrow night to John Parker Jr. in the main event for the Spooky. As pushing way up top like a dump truck in the BC7 is Uncle Freddie Blanchard. Blanchard pushed up out of the groove. Wholesale spots being picked up into the early going of this one at the drop of the green flag, and he is absolutely G-O-N-E. He is gone. Luke Graves, an 8-time winner a season ago at 4 different racetracks, and right up in front of the nose of the 16 machine in 1 and 2. The caution flag nearly comes out. They continue to stay green, and now it comes out. Readily available. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Yeah. Before dry race was even available, we had chalk, you know. Boy, that was a lot of fun. Johnny Higginbotham gonna punch the time clock and go back to work as your race leader in 54. We're back underway here in Chatham. Once the light went back out here in factory stock, heat race number 2 of the night, John Parker already won heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 being contested, and it's not much of a contest as the 54 throwing all caution to the wind. And he is absolutely gone, already working to the tail take to lap the field here, but he probably is going to run out of time as the white flag is coming out this time by from flagman Jason Martin down the front straight with the 54, setting a torrid pace around his home racetrack here in 54. Tyler Lehman having a strong performance here in the second spot. We'll come to the white now. Tyler Lehman loses the handle a little bit there in turn number 2. Opens up the door down the back straight as Higginbotham takes the checkered flag in commanding fashion. Oh boy, some contact there. That's what you like to see. The field already re-racked and stacked as soon as the car exits, and we're ready to go green. Once again, it'll be Tony Cruz, 5-time winner here this season. On the pole in car number 16 in the catbird seat. He'll try to hold on from the onslaught in this one. We're underway into 1. The driver of the Brian Cook Trucks Outlaw Racing chassis number 100 going to knock on the back door here, and he'll open it up and roll to the inside and walk through the threshold for the race lead. Down the back straightaway, going to hold the number 16 and relegate him to second. Tony Cruz doesn't stop tire tracks very often, but he'll have to get it back up on the wheel and go to work. Down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Cook out of Florine, Louisiana, out front with the lead in an Outlaw Racing chassis built by Justin Whitehead last year. Brian Cook, a 5-time Sabine Motor Speedway Super Stock Track champion, used to drive one of Ronnie Adams' Viper Racing chassis for many years. And now in this factory stock division full-time, Brian Cook has scored wins down at Sabine Motor Speedway, obviously many times in his career, as well as at Leesville, and as well as the new Timberline Speedway located there in Corley, Texas. Right now, the best battle on the racetrack appears to be for the third spot as the caution flag will wave for the driver of the Pink Racing, number 58. Written by Todd Turner on Ronnie Adams. But Ronnie and I were talking about Brian Cook's accomplishments driving his Viper chassis just even as a couple of years ago. Ronnie was very proud of those Viper race cars that he'd built. But nonetheless, factory stock's back underway off of turn number 4 here in Chatham, Louisiana. Back underway into turn number 1. Three wide down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Richard Blanchard now on the hub of the racetrack in the yellow and pink lettered number 45. And trying to get the car to rotate down to the hub of the racetrack, he smashes the loud pedal. Down the back straightaway, gonna go door to door with the 68. Down the back straightaway, they get a little cattywampus. And the car step out from underneath him, but Blanchard now slides up the racetrack. Boy, it is a war right now in a battle that is being waged as Blanchard slides back up in front of the nose of the 68, and Welch now going to work. And the Pink Racing number 58 down the back straightaway. As Brian Cook, he gone. Tony Cruz. How about Jeff Hammond up to the third spot, the Texas representative, I do believe. But Hammond up to third. Rolling like a yo-yo with no string. He'll roll off of turn number 4 with some company down to his inside. Here comes Blanchard. Down to the front straightaway in the turn number 1 to his inside, Blanchard. And the Shadow Will and Tire Napa Beards Automotive number 45 in the bootlegger race car built by James Griffith. As he sets his sights off of 2 and down the back straightaway, the white flag is coming out. Brian Cook is absolutely gone. Doing exactly what Johnny Higginbotham did in the previous heat, as Blanchard knocking on the back door to the number 13 car for third. Down the front boulevard into 1, and the stand of the hourglass is ticked away for the competition. A dominant performance for Florine, Louisiana's Brian Cook in 100. Tyler Morgan in the Hunter's Body Shop, 22M, inside of row number 2. Uh-oh. It's about to be a logjam, and Colfax, Louisiana racer Joshua Martin gonna send it up top as they go 3 wide. Here comes Martin. Down the back straightaway, throw a blanket over the top 5 into turn number 3. Who's gonna prevail with the race lead right now? Oh my. The 4-power DuPont shocks J27s are 3 wide off of turn number 4. Sean Graham does not typically go backwards, and the cheese just slid straight off the cracker. Here comes Scotty Case. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, Scotty Case gonna hold on and take the top spot away from Tyler Morgan. Morgan has nothing on the rebound off of turn number 4, and the caution flag waves. Staging, yeah, you should be in the staging area. So Scotty Case, one of the good guys in the sport. You haven't met him, go shake his hand after the races. He'll be happy to meet you. He'll take the green from the front row. We're back underway. Oh boy. Josh Martin about ended up at Colfax on the restart on that one. The 88 car gonna roll to second. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. As Pineville, Louisiana racer to the number 3 of Rodney Howell makes contact there through 3 and 4, and around goes Howell to the infield. with a clear front deck lid. We'll see what he has here once we drop the hammer and go back green. Your fourth and final factory stock heat of the night. 8 laps the distance, 2 laps are scored off the 4. We are back underway. Scotty Case gone with the win once again. He has separated himself from the car, had a wild push there through 1 and 2, and it looks like he'll elect to hold on as the car just doesn't look like it's steering through the corners. Got that toe kind of laying down quite a bit there, actually helping him get through the corners better. So right now your top 3 being contested here. It's Scotty Case out of Calhoun, Louisiana, out front with the lead in J27. Second is Colfax, Louisiana's Joshua Martin, who really put an impressive run on this year at Justin Whitehead's factory stock 50 at Arklatex. As he heads off a 2 down the back straightaway in the 88 car, finishing the top 4, was locked in to that event out of 135 cars. White flag is out for Scotty. Oh boy. Oh, baby. Whew. Boy, that was close. That'll knock the skin right off your whiskers. I don't know about that one. That was wild. Off of 4, a face full of checkered flag. Going to go to your winner, Scotty Case in J27 from Calhoun, Louisiana. Second, we'll go to Colfax, Louisiana's Joshua Martin. Third, we'll go to the 13-year-old C.J. Howell. Rodney Howell comes home. Drives all the way back to a solid 4th. Hattiesburg Hustler from Hattiesburg, Mississippi to the outside of row number 3, and Michael Arnold. Already mentioned Bright Couch, and I can't see. Lights are going to go out. We're underway for 10 laps. Oh boy, no boy. That ain't going to work. On the front row in car number 48. What an addition, right? The Spooky, and we've got a Mike Myers on the front row. I love it. Brad Couch will get another shot. We're back underway here in Chatham, Louisiana, and your consolation for Louisiana late models here for the Spooky 30. They set their sights into 1 here on the opening lap. Myers drives up the hill and makes a little bit of slight kiss of contact, a little bit of right side romance with the 6X and KP. Kyle plays on. Here comes the 16-year-old youngster Colton Horner, and the caution flag waves. Back underway here in Chatham. Colton Horner, last year raced at the Ice Bowl at Talladega, the Talladega Super Short Track anyway. Around goes Dusty Wilhite to the number 36 and a 1 and 2. Boy, we're having a tough time getting this one underway. Lights are back out. We're back underway here in Chatham, and your late model consolation into 1. Good restart by the youngster. Out of Katy, Texas, the 56 at Colton Horner, who looked pretty good in his heat race tonight. He'll smash the loud pedal down the back straightaway. Kyle plays on. And that Warrior Chassis Hatfield Power Specialty Contractors number 6X and a Natchitoches rolls with the race lead off at turn number 4. Down the front boulevard of this 10-lap affair. Plays on, continues to roll it and roll it well. Car not really rolling through the center of the corners like he would like it to his expectation in the heats. But here comes Colton Horner for the race lead. Horner has to think better of it. Goes to the inside of the 6X and the Natchitoches racer. Kyle plays on. The 31-year-old is relegated to second by the 16-year-old 56 at Colton Horner. Last year, Horner had Kelly Shryock behind the wheel of one of his great late models at Talladega Short Track as he holds on to the race lead off of turn number 4. The youngster out of Katy, Texas, looking good here tonight in Chatham for his first ever visit here. Plays on, continues continues to ride second, sitting his crosshairs at the back deck with number 56, but he has nothing to this point. Trey Bean rolling up the third in the 115. Bean up the third of the 115 as they roll off of turn number 4 down the front straight. Oh, baby, in the 48 of Mike Myers, they lost the handle right in front of the entire field, and they somehow, someway avoided contact. As now the Hattiesburg Hustler, Michael Arnold, is up to the 4th spot down the back straightaway. Arnold up the 4th in car 4. And the David Myers, attorney at law, number 4, down the front straightaway with his crosshairs down to the 115. Jade against power injury of Trey Bean from Bossier City. Trey Bean rolling well right around the hub of the Chatham Raceway. Oh boy. And a hard lick to the left front of the 115 of Bean, and even heavier damage to the 3K of Murray to go. These 97 hats are pretty sharp here in 2018. Get you one. As Colton Horner, the youngster out of Katy, Texas, smashed the loud pedal and get this back underway here in Chatham, Louisiana. Who's going to be the dog with no biscuit, as only the top 4 will go to the main event of the 5 left on the racetrack. Here comes the Hattiesburg Hustler. Living up to his moniker, he's absolutely hustling, and Michael Myers. The white flag is out for the youngster out of Katy, Texas, Colton Horner at 56. But here comes the Hattiesburg, Mississippi racer to the 4 of Michael Arnold. Arnold will smash the loud pedal and go to work down the back straightaway. Final time through turns 3 and 4. How about it, race fans? He'll win the consolation race tonight. 15-year-old Colton Horner and 56-year winner. The second one will go to the 4 of Michael Horner. Third will go to the 6X of Rockin' Ronnie Adams at 11A. Out of Gladewater, Texas, the 14Z. The former Comp-Cans Rookie of the Year, Gladewater, Texas racer Zach McMillan. Brock Williams in the 4X outside of him. Manny Falcon inside of row number 3 in the 955. They go door-to-door for the race lead here on the opening lap of this 10-lap affair for the consolation off of turn number 4. Ronnie Adams going to lead lap number 1. Ronnie Adams in an excellent piece written by Todd Turner this week on DirtOnDirt.com. Giving the very well-respected 67-year-old veteran racer some love and some respect that he is due. Off the 4 down on the front straightaway. Ronnie Adams as good as he wants to look, good as he ever was. As he rolls a reckless abandon around the hub of the Chatham Raceway here tonight, down the back straight with the race lead over the R5 of Hunter Rassin from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Rassin, mentioned a moment ago, the former runner-up to Cadillac Jack Sullivan in the Comp-Cans Sprint Series points title, came up 3 partners short in the final race of the season. In the turn number 1, Rassin won his first ever late model race at the I-55 Speedway in Pekin, Missouri. Down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. Mentioned as well, Hunter Rastin, the former 38th annual Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner, won $5,000 in 2011 down the road in Louisiana, and the Boone Speedway in an Oklahoma modified expanded ski course. Very accomplished and around goes Cody Barber, Bogalusa, Louisiana racer, in the caution flag post. Models at the Boot Hill Speedway, but Moyer over 800 career wins, Adams 589, nothing less than impressive. And he's still at it at 67 years of age. Off of 4, we're back underway. Hunter Rastin trying to take a peek there to the inside of the... Here comes the Cat Man. Here comes John Mitchell with a little bit of cat scratch fever. He'll roll to the outside. Here comes the Cat Man to the outside, and he'll throw all caution to the wind and throw the 14Z into his hip pocket. He'll sidestep him. He'll get a big run to the outside of the Chatham Raceway and smash the loud pedal. That Rocket XR1 digging the night, baby. And that WW Timber Healthcare Express, that's a fast healthcare. Off of turn number 4, down the front straight with the 5 is digging. The Nickel and the Integra Shocks and Springs Kennesaw Performance number 5 down the back straightaway as he sets his sights on turn number 3 into the back deck lid of the R5 of Rastin for the 3rd spot. The battle for the 4th and final transfer spot is heating up off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Falcon, the second generation racer, Manny Falcon, the son of Dwight Falcon, sets his sights here on the 14th tee of Blade Runner, Texas racer McMillan as the top 3 cars get closer and closer. Off of 4, here comes John Mitchell. John Mitchell went on an absolute tear from about 2014 and 15 on the Sunday Night Professional Racing Series Tour. Finished second here to Shane Hebert in 2013 in the Spookies. The white flag comes out. Catman's coming on strong, but he may run out of time. Your top 4 look pretty comfortably in hand. Raston's going to throw it up top. He says, what do I have to lose? And here comes Hunter Raston. Watch him, folks. Here it comes. Hunter Raston going to drive it in deep to the 3 and 4. Oh, baby. Coming to the line. He is going to steal it away from Ronnie Adams on the final lap. What a performance and what a move by the R5 of Raston. Oh, my. We got one going up. Oh, a hard flip on the front straightaway. The 61 with a hard crash on the front straightaway. And once the thing went over, it flipped like a top.
Tump it over. Get it back over. Get it back over. Get it back over. Tump it back, guys. Oh.
Climbing out. So following the unfortunate circumstance for the 61 of Taylor, it's got Cook on the front row, the flying 0 off of turn number 4. Now the front straightaway, we're underway. Casey Hobson, the 2013 winner of the Spooky 50 down the back straightaway. Gonna take over the race lead into turn number 3 and the 7. Justin Cook and the Flying 0 gonna roll in the bridesmaids here in this one off of 4. Battle here early on with a few laps scored in this B-Mod heat race as Tony Cruz has jumped out to the early race lead here. Approaching halfway is the 7 of Hobson. Gonna go back to work and try to reel in the number 16 and re-inherit the race lead. Off of 4. Has company though to the inside of the 4 of the 0T, 2T. Travis Garrett of the 02T looking pretty strong here tonight in Chatham. Holding on to a pretty wheel, sitting in the 3rd spot comfortably as Justin Cook is relegated his way to 4th in the Flying 0 off of 4 halfway. out for the 16 of Tony Cruz. Ripping and rolling around his home racetrack here in Chatham, Louisiana tonight. As he sets his sights for the final time down the back straightaway to turn number 3. As the time is ticked away in the hourglass for the rest of the competition as he rolls off at turn number 4 to a face full of checkered flag. Tony Cruz, your winner at 16. Your unofficial top 4 flying. Jared Abear in car number 15 in this one. Fans, and you better keep your eyes on the number 36 car. Your winner of the Pro-Mod B-Mod shootout a couple of weeks ago here at this racetrack, rolling his way up the 4th with number 36 and Kevin McCoy, the real McCoy, Alpha Team down the back straightaway. It was Popeye's Louisiana Fast, and now the fry is cooking. Oh, that's some burnt chicken. Well, ladies and gentlemen, no jokes intended, but the Popeye's chicken is burnt. Come on to find your number out. If your number is 337-540-3323, have your phone up here in the booth. You're more than welcome to come and get it. Lights are out. We're underway. A door slam, and that was a little bit more than some right side romance. Absolute haymaker. Now on the number B6. Nick Brown right in front of the 36 of Kevin McCoy, lost the handle there and gathers it back in. Able to corral the number 84, Nick Brown, looser than the goose, so don't get him started. Up and two, they're side by side for second. Down the back straightaway. Door down the back straightaway, still for the bridesmaids. Other than this one, as Parker is checked out. Kevin McCoy got to throw the slide job through 3 and 4. How do you like me now? Kevin McCoy throws a slider off of 4. And Nick Brown trying to roll back to his back deck lip and can't get the job done. They're driving these cars right now on the edge of disaster. As the young 15-year-old Hunter Atkins rolls back to the fourth spot of the number B6 as the white flag is out for John Parker Jr. Final time. Final time through turns 3 and 4, the drummer of the Popeyes, Louisiana Fast, Grant Shelton, Worldwide Tire, Moffett Motorsports, K9 for JP3, John Parker III. off of 4. The second place driver goes to the 36 of Kevin McCoy. Matt Ebar isn't even here. What's up with that? Matt Ebar promoted this race all the last couple of months, and he ain't even here. Where's he at? I'm about to give him a call. Wyatt Wilkerson to the number 78. 6 laps of distance for the non-wing 600 mini sprints. 600cc motorcycle engines providing the power for these machines, and they can get around these racetracks for sure. For quite some time, the old 3/8 mile racetrack at the Boot Hill Speedway, the track record was actually held by a Wing 600 with the 47 of Rusty Pipes. The Southern Outlaw Wing 600s were very popular throughout the 90s and early 2000s. They kind of lost traction. And props tonight for Jerry Hobson, providing an outstanding racetrack to this point. We saw what Hunter Rasson was able to do in that late model race. He threw all caution to the wind and went up top, looked out.
The warrior today's done, so he gets high on you. As you train, he gets right on to the friction of blood.
Wyatt Wilkerson out front with the lead here in your non-wing. White flag out for Wyatt Wilkerson. Final time in the turns 1 and 2 in car number 78. Into 1. For the final time down the back straightaway, approaching turn number 3. He'll continue to roll the hub. To the checkered flag, Wyatt Wilkerson gonna score the victory in the heat race tonight for the non-wing 600s. Chassis number 9, I see the B99 of Mark Underwood Jr. as the lights are gonna go out, and we're underway at Chatham. So it's Big Red Jared Wallace. Jared Wallace in the number 54, gonna roll to the back bumper of his good friend, pinning side by side in the pit area tonight. And your current Chatham Raceway point leader, now 17 years old, Tyler Owens, superstar, rolling in third, the Calhoun Racer. Off of 4, has pressure on the outside of car number 47. And the 1. Brandon Ball continues to lead here at Chatham. Still considers this place his home racetrack, if you will, as he sets his sights at the turn number 3. One of the best looking cars I've seen all season long. Eric Scott did a phenomenal job off of 4 down the front straightaway. It's actually a performance graphic. Into 1. The Bubba Grito A Performance B17 of the Farmerville Freight Train, Brandon Ball, gone with the wind tonight. Picking them up and throwing them down. Jared Wallace riding in second of the 54X off of 4. I'm going to take a stab and say that this 47 is Randy Thompson. The 8 of Tyler Owens from Calhoun in the Trumpus Construction IRP chassis rolls forth. Mark Underwood Jr. in the Team Lopin Motorsports 99, the B99 down the back straightaway. That good tools up Rally Day Motorsports E6 Holland ring number 12 racing JC Nichols in the 12. The Mr. Plymouth sponsored injury relegated back to the 6th position right now. And around goes Tyler Owens, makes contact with the Ute tire as well. Brandon Ball's career right here at his home racetrack. Doesn't get to frequent this place as often as he would like to, but he loves coming back here to race near his home. Ball gonna put his foot through the firewall and get his back underway. The party's restarted. Oh, baby. Just a matter of time before Jason Ingles throws his hat in the ring and into 1 and 2. Big Red got a little cattywampus, and the 47 sidesteps and then goes to second. 47 car gonna go to second as the 54 Big Red rolls third. He'll fight back through his inside off the 4th position. Owens. Tyler Owens going to work now 19 years old. Mentioned he was 17 a few months ago. He is 19. Good grief. Into turn number 3, the 47 continues to hold back the charge from the hungry hounds behind him. Jason Eagles elects to go up top and let the big dog eat that PTS power built by John McLemore. Oh, baby, a little high wide hands up with the number 12 of Eagles. Got up out of the groove, and that's not where you want to be right now here at the Chatham Raceway in these limited modified style cars. As Paul continues to rip and roll around this long racetrack here in the V17 car. That chassis built and innovated by Stephen Whittaker Jr. with the help supplying the dig with CBR Racing Shocks, of course, Chris Brown. Chris Brown, the former Lucas Oil late model rookie of the year. Down the front straightaway, Jason Eagles just wore his power plant out. He is showing smoke. Tough break for Eagles for the first time here in quite some time for the owner and fabricator of IRP chassis. And to 3 and 4 though for the final time. Shown by your flagman Jason Martin. He'll receive a face full of checkered flag. The Farmerville Freight Train Brendan Ball scores the win in V17. From Vidor, Texas. Trevor Hobson in the number 7T is down the back straight. They go door-to-door for the race lead. A trio of Western Flyer race cars, and the caution is going to come out. Of course, all year long in the Mid-South and the Arklatex in particular. It's a pair of them on the front row of this one. We'll see what happens. Jody Davidson takes the green rack underway. Back underway into 1. Jody Davidson going to lead the herd into 1 and 2. Here comes John Parker down the back straight off the exit of 2. They go door-to-door for the race lead. Wheel to wheel in turn number 3. The Popeyes Louisiana Fast. As Davidson is going to check the throttle and drive back underneath and try to use that low line momentum to his advantage. It won't be enough. Parker going to steal it away. John Parker Jr. with 3 wins this season here at the racetrack in the number K9. Joe Mafu's 3 wins, 4 top 5s, and only 5 features here this year for the K9. Been dominant. Davison in the 90 continues to rip and roll in second. Tied with Derek Grigsby at Boot Hill Speedway for the most wins this season in limited modified racing at the Greenwood Oval with 3 apiece. As Davidson has really taken a liking to this Western Flyer race car. As Ben Leedy holds on to the 3rd spot, but he's got heavy company to driver of the B&E Motorsports Express chassis of John O. Whittington. Whittington trying to roll to the inside or the outside of the B99 for 3rd spot of Ben Leedy. The son of the veteran Paul Leedy. Ava 4 and down the front straightaway they come. Trevor Hobson got his machine working and coming to him now. Sits top 5 in points here. Charge from the 5W and John Whittington from Vidor, Texas. The Western Flyer race cars. flag, three-time winner this year, John Parker scores the victory here in heat race number 2 for the limited modifieds. Off the racetrack, he's pretty good behind the cockpit. The Joel's Auto Sales Western Flyer race car number 30 is Joel Cuvion from Alexandria, Louisiana. And the Bullet Bob Kellogg and the 3GTE, the lights are out, we're underway. Oh, look out, chase in. Joel Cuvion, that could have been really, really ugly. And it ends up to the discredit of the number 27 of Del Rio. Down the back straightaway for the bridesmaid donors in this one. Cuvion around the hub of the racetrack. In the middle of that battle is Changaloo, Louisiana's Colby Williams off the 4 down the front boulevard door, pulling it over the top 6 right now. Here comes Joel Cuvion for the race lead. And around goes Williams, and no, baby, the 27 straightens it back out. How about it? The green flag continues to stay on with the war wages on. As they continue to roll off of turn number 4, Cuvion rolling again. Damage on that number 30 Western Flyer appearing to not slow down his progress as he is throwing the entire field into his hip pocket. Joel Cuvion went ahead and throw the keys on the counter. He's going to go ahead and check out on the competition here as Chase Del Rio is ready to contest the battle for the second spot here on the closing waning laps of this one with 2 laps to go. Of Luke Grace continue to hold on, but at the line, at the white flag, the 27 takes it away. The 2 cars involved in the early race mishap and scuffle on the front straightaway will not matter as they will finish 1 and 2 in this one. Off of 4, dominant performance for the number 30 of Joel Cuvion from Alexandria. And rolling across the stripe, a pair of Western Flyers, 1 and 2 again. The number 27 of Del Rio. Hornbeck and the Candace Hornbeck Photography number 14 having the start at the tail, and around goes Jack Sanders right in front of the field, and we got a Walmart in the Target parking lot. Stakes off, Heath Wilson continues to lead here at the Chatham Raceway in your third and final limited modified heat of the night, being contested here at the Speed Plant tomorrow night. $1,000 to win for these guys. As Barry Hornbeck making his first ever start here at this racetrack tonight, the Longview, Texas racer, and the Eagles Race Performance Candace Hornbeck photography number 14 rolls up to second, and threw Connor Williams into his hip pocket and sidestepped him, and he relegated him to third. As the war rages on, we'll see if Williams can rise to the occasion and snatch the bridesmaid's honors back from the number 14 of Hornbeck. Hornbeck, a frequent flyer and a track reeler at the Lone Star Speedway in Kilgore, Texas, as well as the Rose Bowl Speedway in Winona, Texas. As right now, though, the home track Honchu, the 2013 Factory Stock Spooky 50 winner, Stakes off, Heath Wilson, out front with the lead in A1. The center of the hourglass is ticking away, and just a few more laps to go for the rest of the competitors to get up there and challenge Wilson for the race lead. One more quarter-mile trip, this time by for Heath Wilson, a Western Road, Louisiana native, for the final trip in a 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time, setting his sights on turns number 3 and 4. He'll roll through 3 and 4 with a comfortable win and an advantage. Over 14 of Hornbeck, Stakes off, Heath Wilson covers the field. It's Brent Larson in the 1. He's in a Longhorn Racing chassis. Hollywood, Timothy Culp in the bending seating in air. Rocket XR1 chassis with Clements power underneath the hood. Hunter Aston made that last turn pass to win the B-Main earlier. He's in the Brown Brothers Farms Case Agriculture Case Implement number R5. He's in a Black Diamond race car as well. 589 career victories for Rockin' Ronnie Adams, the king of Boot Hill, out of Diana, Texas. He's in Ricky Jowers Motorsports, Luigi's Restaurants, Bob Pierce chassis number 11. The last time I was at this racetrack, they called that place over there at the top of turn 3 the drunk tank. I don't know how many folks get wet on that side, but hey, y'all know what to do, folks. Y'all enjoy yourself. Make some noise. The Stars and Cars, 4 wide for the Louisiana Late Model Series for the inaugural Spooky 30, or Scary 30 here on night 1 of this 2-day special event. 9,000 to win tomorrow night. 2,000 tonight. As it come to you, race fans, that salute you 4 wide and appreciate you for your attendance tonight. I promise you, folks, 49, Hattiesburg Hustler of Michael Arnold in the 4. We're going to go 30 laps of this. It's 2,000 to win tonight for your Louisiana Late Model main event. Night 1 of the Spooky 50 is underway. We'll hustle them off into 1. Robbie Stewart from Doretta, Louisiana, in the Century 21 Stewart Timber number 6R, that Mars race car built by Jimmy and Chris Mars, Menominee, Wisconsin, going to hold on to the race lead here on the opening circuit. And off of 4, the Rocket chassis by the 6X of Litton, ripping and rolling around the outside, and he'll tuck in tow behind the deck lid of the 6R of Robbie Stewart. Robbie Stewart is qualified for the Batesville Topless 104 in the last 7 seasons, and has represented the state of Louisiana very well. As here comes the thriller, Kate Dillard. Dillard is going to rip and roar the outside of the racetrack and look to live up to his moniker and thrill the crowd. Here comes Thriller. Kate Dillard, mentioned earlier, won a big modified race, the biggest one of his career at that time, back in 2011, a couple of modified races for 5,000 for the Deuce as well. As he continues to roll the outside of the racetrack, with Reckless Savannah, DJ Robinson comes up the racetrack, and it's time to the top straight to Texas Middle for a second. Here comes Dillard now. Dillard got to run, he's got to bite to the outside of the one of BJ Robinson, and Dillard going to throw him into his hip pocket momentarily. Dillard, who led laps at the Cotton Picket 100 a couple of weeks ago, and broke a rear end, leading to about 16 laps in, continues to roll the outside with Reckless Abandon. Throwing all caution to the wind, and a bobble, he'll try the crossover down the back straightaway. Here comes the 97. Kate Dillard, the assassin behind the wheel of that number 97 production jars. S&S Fishing and Rental entry down the front boulevard into number 1. Dillard gonna go to the bridesmaids in 97. Boy, this is gonna make Jimmy and Chris Mars very proud, and here comes Hollywood Timothy Culp, that Rocket XR1, built by Steve Baker. And of course, Dillard's into one. Here comes Colt. A little bit of hometown cooking tonight. He's going to cook the outside of the Chatham Raceway, and he's got it rolling well now down the back straightaway. He'll try to throw the one into his hip pocket, and what a crossover move by the C8 Hollywood, living up to his monikers. They're 3 wide off of turn number 4. Into one. Dillard is running down his fellow Mars chassis competitor of Robbie Stewart. As Louisiana right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the Minnesota native of Brent Larson riding in 6th. Looking through the field in 7th is the 21 of Billy Moyer Jr. over his father, Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer. The 5W John O. Whittington, and they run out the top 10 with Hunter Rassin. But here comes Dillard again, leaving nothing to bear up top. Here comes Dillard for the race lead. A little bit of cat and mouse for the top spot, a little bit of lane changing on the racetrack right now. Robbie Stewart, and a good old show me what you got Friday night special here in Chatham, Louisiana. And here comes the thriller. Holy smokes, this kid can wheel a car. I don't know if there was any doubt. And here he comes. Dillard gonna swing a little bit too high, wide hands on that time. He went higher than Willie Nelson on a cross-country tour, Snoop Dogg riding shotgun. Here comes Dillard, but Robbie Stewart too strong to this point. They approach heavy lap traffic. Oftentimes you do want to be the driver sitting in the catbird seat in second, so you can choose where or where not to go in lap traffic. As Trade B going to come to a halt and bring out the caution just as we reach lap traffic. He has had a very, very good season. As we will turn the lights out and turn the wick back up, race fans, a 6-lap score. The lights are going out. We are back underway with Robbie Stewart out front with the lead. Oh, what a wild start. From the top into 1. The 97 of Kate Dillard going to take the race lead away in 97. And here comes Robbie Stewart going 3 wide down the back straight off the exit of 2. Oh my. A little bit of slight kiss to contact there as Dillard going to take the race lead away off of 4 to the line. What a wild restart. I don't even know what happened, and I was looking at the racetrack. As they head off into 1, we have a hell of a racing Chatham Raceway tonight. It's Billy Moyer Jr. trying to crack his way into the top 5 and put Arkansas into the mix now. Here comes Smooth Jr. As Cade Dillard doing what Dillard does. He's ripping, he's roaring around the speed plant here in Chatham, Louisiana. And that has to go into paying the bills as well, knowing that you have a kid back at home. He races like it, and every lap matters. Not saying any of these other guys it doesn't. We're about to find out. Here we go. Hustling into 1. Here comes Smooth Jr. Billy Moyer Jr. ripping a roll on the outside of the racetrack. The one will even the way into B.J. Robinson. But here comes Hollywood Timothy Colt. Props to Jerry Hobson, Shack promoter here. The late models putting on an absolute will of a display here in Chatham, Louisiana tonight. The home of quite a few have a Tampa Super late model races here. In 1997, Ronnie Johnson won 1. Del McDowell won a prelim. And off before, here comes Robbie Stewart. Robbie Stewart trying to roll back to the inside of the 97 for the race lead. A pair of Mars race cars once again, 1 and 2 right now with the Rocket XR1 sitting in 3rd in the 4 Hollywood Timothy Colt. And here comes the 1, a pair of Black Diamond race cars. B.J. Robinson of Bossier City, Louisiana, and Batesville, Arkansas, Smooth Jr. Billy Moyer Jr. fresh off that deep fried 75 victory last weekend in Tennessee, has a lot of confidence coming into this weekend. Hey, Billy Moyer Jr. admittedly made an economical decision last weekend to not go back to the World 100, but it paid off for him. And I'm telling you, the folks, the man on the move right now from the B-Main is Hunter Rassin. Jonesboro, Arkansas, Hunter Rassin. Now Black Diamond race cars run 4, 5, and 6 on the racetrack with Robbie Stewart still 7th, 8th is the B1 Bomber of Larson. A great battle there down the back straightaway for the 9th spot. They're door-to-door. It's Michael Arnold in the 1C of Chad Thrash. And Arnold and the 6D of Rick Duke battling for the 10th spot. The rain starts to come down here in Chatham, but it's still good enough to continue on here. If you happen to watch on raceontexas.com, it is coming down at a slight pace. It's Raymond Taylor. Come on, Raymond, don't stop. If Raymond Taylor can get out of harm's way and get to the infield, we'll stay green. We will continue to stay green as Cade Dillard in the final race of the night. Billy Moyer has now thrown the C8 of Hollywood Timothy Copeland to his hip pocket. So Billy Moyer Jr. using lessons learned from his father, Billy Moyer. Down the boulevard into turn number 1. What a great racetrack we have here. Sure, it could always be better. That's anywhere. But you have to say, on these restarts, been pretty outstanding. These guys have fanned out and went multiple lanes wide and made passes when they needed to make gains. Cade Dillard, the thriller, into one, hugging the hub of the racetrack. Couldn't go any lower than a mud cat in the Red River right now. This racetrack been so good. The Loverville, Louisiana racer who began his racing career in open wheel modifieds. The son of Greg Dillard, brother to Caleb Dillard, has made his hay in open wheel modifieds up until this year. Went over to go full-blown super dirt late model racing. And I don't know that anybody ever doubted this young man's talent and his absolute overall ability behind the wheel of a dirt car. Went around, did the snowball derby racing and asphalt late models for a period of time. And finally got the opportunity that he had so long desired after winning the Texas Motor Speedway World Dirt Track Championship back in 2014 in a side-biter chassis. Chris Brown calls him, and the rest is history. Leads him to great things, winning the USMTS Rookie of the Year in that 2014 campaign. As the rain continues to come down at a very slight pace here in Chatham, Louisiana. Down the back straight with a 97 to Cade Dillard. Will we approach slam traffic? Everybody is hugged right around the hub of the racetrack right now, and it wouldn't appear, unless Dillard gets off that bottom or his car can't stay pinned there, that Stewart may be able to get a run and roll the 97 car into his hip pocket. But right now, Dillard, the separation in Victor Lane right now, it appears it'll be between the lap car, the 4X of Williams, and how he chooses to dispose of Williams. Final time, white flag is out for the 97 of Roebling, Louisiana's Cade Dillard. Coming into the night, Louisiana late models have been here 5 times on the year. Cade, 4 times. Cade won 3. And tonight, he'll win number 4 in his 7th on the 2018 season. A dominant run, flexing his muscles. The thriller, Cade Dillard, in the 97 wins tonight. Spooky 30 here at Chatham Raceway, followed by the 6R of Robbie Stewart. Third will go to Smooth Jr., Billy Moyer Jr. And fourth will go to Hunter Aston. On the front straightaway, getting ready to climb out that Turner Cut Track Production Jars S&S Fishing and Rental MB Custom Race Car built by Jimmy and Chris Mars from Menominee, Wisconsin, with a Clements Racing power plant underneath the hood. Crew Chief Donnie Peterson from Abilene, Texas, with Cade Dillard go when they were running up and down the roads of USMTS. And here he is, race fans, the thriller Cade Dillard in Victor Lane here at the Spooky 30. What a performance tonight, Cade. What a performance, man. You made an interesting move there on the restart on the inside, and you guys went 3 wide, and boy, you were on it tonight, man. You were on the top if you needed to run the top. Car was really good. It seemed like very maneuverable for you.
Yeah, probably about 7-8 laps in, my car kind of started coming too, but I knew the top wouldn't be there too long, so I knew kind of how to make a move when I could before we started guarding the bottom. And I think Robbie spun the tires or something there. I seen that was probably my only shot to get by. He had a good car, so luckily I was able to get the lead. And at that point, I wasn't sure where was the best line, and I seen the rest of the track just kind of started getting crummy. So we just kind of got on the bottom and tried to play it safe.
Yeah, just as you guys were about to approach lap traffic, caution came out. I'm sure you didn't mind seeing that one.
No, I wasn't mad about that at all, especially when they were running right around the bottom. And, you know, leading, I think I get too conservative. You know, when you're second, I think you always run harder. So I wasn't sure what was going on behind me. And I seen it was like 3 to go there. It's like, well, I think I'll just ride behind this lap car. If they'll pass me, they're going to have to go around the top.
You won a very thrilling race at Timberline Speedway earlier in the year. Track conditions were a little bit different tonight. Will and hustled to that victory that night. You beat Tyler Erb, Jack Sullivan, name a couple. But this field of cars here, I'd say, looking at maybe the toughest field of cars you competed against.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good cars there. You know, even guys in our area, these guys are really good. And, you take, both the Moyers and all those guys, it's really a tough field of cars. So I'm really happy to be able to pick up the win. And, it's great to see this many fans here, support it. I just want to thank all my sponsors. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. SNS Fishing and Rental, Joel's Auto Sales, he's a huge supporter of me. Razor Edge Graphics, Production Jars, Jody's Oilfield Service, AWALT, MB Custom for sure. They do a lot for me, and I'm really appreciative for everything they do. Both my crew, Don and Austin, those guys, they put in a lot of hours, and both, 10, 15 hours from home. My name's on these checks, but, without those guys, it definitely wouldn't be possible. It's cool to get to race, with a few local fans, and especially my family here.
It has to give you a lot of confidence going into tomorrow. Obviously, this race car's been so good at this particular racetrack. It's got to give you a lot of confidence and maybe a little bit of momentum heading into tomorrow night.
Yeah, this is actually first night on this car. I was just speaking with it, but anything we've raced here, MB, we've been really good in. So, like I said, there's a lot of good cars. You just got to get a good starting spot, and we're fortunate enough to be able to start close to the front tonight, and got a chance to make our move and took advantage of it.
Jimmy and Chris will be pretty proud of 1 and 2. Congratulations to you, Kate.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Give it up for race fans. Thriller Kate Dillard out of Ruben, Louisiana scored the late model victory tonight here in Chatham. Get a quick word with the driver of the Stewart Timber Century 21 Ford-powered 6. Robbie Stewart, boy, this Mars race car has been really, really good for you since you debuted it out of Boot Hill about a month ago.
Yeah, I've been real happy with the car, and it fits my driving style, seems like, and just been really just like it, about all I can say.
On that restart, what did you see from your vantage point?
Man, I got up there and throttled up and just shoved the nose a little bit, and I couldn't turn down, and that gave Kate enough window to get by me. I mean, it is what it is.
Great racing.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Let's hear about the folks that help you out real quick. I'm going to give you an opportunity to thank all the folks that help you.
Collins Engine Works, Moses Dirt Works, Big T, All Star Ford, 621 Studio Associates, and Jeremy Burge Allstate.
Congratulations to you, man. Outstanding run.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Robbie Stewart from the River, Louisiana. Uniform race fans from Batesville, Arkansas. Smooth Jr., Billy Moyer Jr., fresh off the deep front 75 victory last weekend. Not too bad. You come here to Chatham, played your dad's rip and rolled around a few times, but I'm not sure you've ever competed here. It ends up pretty good. I think you came from 10th to come home 3rd.
Yeah, I've been here once a couple years ago, I think, like 7 or 8 years ago. But we had a car. It's a brand new Black Diamond. Ronnie Stuckey, BJ, them guys have been real good to me. So it's finally we're starting to get the feel of this thing. We won that race last week, and pretty big pay-in, and help us through the winter. And hopefully tomorrow's a big pay. Maybe we can get that. Hopefully, I don't know, this passing points, just a lot of, you got to be in the right spot and everything on the draw. So hopefully we can have a good draw tomorrow and get up there and contend. Cade, him, and Robbie, they're doing a good job. So congrats to them guys. The top down there in 3 and 4 really started to come in, and Colt kind of got up there, and then he moved down, and then that gave me a clean shot. So I thought I'd try it, and at the end there, I think the bottom started really clean. We kind of getting lower and lower, and it slowed back down. So I just dropped back down there before them guys seen him dive underneath me, or he was there, so I didn't get away from him. So instead of giving up third, I just dropped back down there and ran there. But all in all, this Black Diamond's real good. We got a Pro Power engine, ran good, and Nutrient Ag Solutions, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Weir's Machine. Everybody helps me on this car, and I thank all them fans for coming up. The weather kind of sketchy, and just make sure they'll come out Sunday or Saturday, whichever day it is. We'll put on a show as best we can, and just thanking them all for coming. If it wasn't for them, we definitely couldn't be here, and just go from there. Hopefully we can win the thing tomorrow.
Outstanding performance tonight. It came up 3rd, but nonetheless, you put a well of a show on and carried that momentum into tomorrow night. Great run, Billy Moyer Jr.
Yeah, it's fun to run around the top. Thank you. Thanks to the fans once again.
Billy Moyer Jr., Smooth Jr. out of Batesville, Arkansas, comes home in the 3rd spot tonight, smoking like a clap tack. Some hometown cooking tonight. Everybody left in the house. Give it up for Hollywood. Timothy Coltman, C8. Timmy, I think you thing at it out there. You went as high as you could on the track, and you went as low on the track, man. Definitely a car.
Yeah, we had a real good car to start off with, and then I think the 97 got confused if he chose the top or the bottom, because on that start he just drove her straight to the infield, knocked the front end off. But after that, we didn't have much to race with, so we just kind of riding around. But maybe tonight we can get out and away from some of these clowns and have a good race.
How's it feel to race back close to home? Obviously, this place where you began racing in or street stocks back when you were like 13 years old, correct?
I love coming down here. I wish I could get down here more often. It's a great racetrack. I love being here. So thanks for all the fans for coming out.
Let's hear about all the folks that help you out.
I got to thank my father-in-law, mother-in-law, my wife, Benny Teetner. They do a lot for me. Tanner Branch is here this weekend helping me. He does a lot for me also. Gene, my mom, they all come out tonight. So just glad to have a lot of people that support me here tonight.
It's great to see you back, man. Awesome run tonight.
Thanks, man.
Get up for it. Hollywood Timothy Colt comes home in the 4th spot. Let's give each of these top 4 tonight for the Spooky 30 to open up the Spooky 50 weekend here. A big round of applause. And once again, we thank each and every one of you great race fans that came out tonight. All right, here's that. Bought a 50-50 ticket and they left right when that rain came, text them the number 706-9982. Your compact's on the racetrack here in Chatham tonight. Seven-time winner this season, going 3 wide there to the middle of turns 3 and 4 in the 411 to Corey Colt. Colt comes into the night as your point leader through 18 events contested. He has 7 wins on the season and 15 top 5s, and he's trying to work his way towards the front right now, but out front with the lead. It's 706-9982. 706-9982. You can come see us right up here to claim your prize. Jesse Brooks and the 1J jumped this one from the pole position, out front with the lead as they head off a 2 and down the back straightaway. So props to Hunter Raston in that late model race for rolling his way from winning the B main towards the front. Had an impressive performance. You never know where your stars of tomorrow may come from. A lot of them may come right out of this compact class. We've seen a lot of great mini stock drivers and 4-cylinder competitors over the history of racing here in the Arklatex or here in Northeast Louisiana come out of this division. Particularly Duke Wizant out of Texarkana, a former teammate to Ronnie Adams. And the list could go on. We'll leave that story for another day. Learned out front with the lead in the 1K by a sizable advantage here in the waning laps of this compact heat race here tonight in Chatham. The 1J of Jesse Brooks rolls in the second spot of the 1J car. Final trip to turns 3 and 4 for the driver to the number 1. The 1K of Kyle Learned. Going to roll to the checkered flag in commanding fashion and score the victory here in your compact second heat of the night here in Chatham. Is this the final race? The final race of the night, race fans, is the beginners, and it's a Heinz 57 race. I like it. A little bit of a mixture, a new blood on the racetrack, and factory stocks, B mods, limited modifieds, you name it. Oh baby. Oh no. A hard smash in 1 and 2.
racing.